Hey, it's Tony here at Smart Toyota. Check it out, our very first 2025 Toyota Camry SE edition. This one is a really cool car with a blackout package, the convenience package. Hey, it's an all-new refresh for 2025. Let's walk around the outside, check it out. For 2025, the Camry's been completely refreshed, still built on the TNGA platform, so a very similar style to what it was last year, but they refreshed the front end and gave it more of a refined look. I would say similar to the style that we see on the new 2024 Toyota Prius. I love the headlights, the super low profile headlights, a full complement of LED headlights, including projector style LED headlights, daytime running lights, LED turn signals. Notice how sleek and thin those are. LED eyebrows, if you will, up above. Really a great look to the front of this car. Gives it a nice aggressive low profile look. This one is Arctic white, so it's the bright white color, and it's been upgraded with the blacked out badge package. Only what, $89 for black emblems on the hood, and then you'll see those also on the back side of it. Of course, all the great safety features. This is Safety Sense 3.0, so we've got dynamic radar cruise sensors behind the grille. Again, with the ABS matte black finish grille, so easy to replace if you pick up any dents, dings, those types of things. Painted all the way down on the bottom on the SE edition. And then I love the side skirts here, the vents here, that are actually functional. They actually go all the way through to allow air to flow through the wheel to keep the brakes cool. I also like this effect right here. This is similar to what they had on the TRD Camry last year with the ground effects kit. And the attention to detail, I don't think you can see it on the camera, but there's actually a plastic film on here to help protect that as well. Really a great design, super clean look. Let me know in the comments if you like the new front end on the Camry for 2025. Later in the video, we'll pop the hood and I'll show you the all-new 5th generation hybrid power plant on here. Just a quick look at the side profile. So you can see the fenders in the side of the vehicle are very similar with the same body lines that we saw last year on the side. Love the wheels. Again, they're going with the SE with the gloss black alloy wheels. A super nice low profile tire on there. That's a 45 series tire, so it's going to be a little bit more of a firm ride on there. 235, it's an 18-inch wheel and tire, 4-wheel disc brakes, analog brakes, traction control, fully independent front suspension, and then this one here is an all-wheel drive, so power to the front and the rear wheels. And then they did something that I think was long overdue, is they put black lug nuts on the black wheels, so it's not an extra charge. It's included in the SE package. Lower air skirts here are very similar to what we saw on the previous model years. Colored to match outside mirrors, door handles. This has the convenience package on it, so it does have the smart keyless entry system, so you don't need to take your keys out. Just make sure you have them in your pocket or purse, grab the door handle, and away you go. The other thing that they did that's subtle on the side of here is the B pillar is the scratch resistant ABS trim, so if you got rings on your fingers and you're slamming the door shut, hopefully it won't scratch it. But a very minor thing is the window trim on here is all black, where last on the previous editions it was chrome, which I think really gives it a striking look, especially when you go with the SE and the black package, the black wheels, the lower skirts there that are all black on there. I think that looks great. Outside mirrors on the SE edition do have the LED turn signals. They're also breakaway, blind spot monitoring. They fold in. I think it's kind of odd they went with the chrome here. It's the only chrome on the outside, right here on the bottom of the mirror. There's more sensors up in the windshield also right here for your road sign detection, pedestrian detection, and all that great safety features up in there. I do like the way that they went with the black wiper blades here. Really brings it all together with the black window trim, the wheels. Now this one's also been upgraded with the power sliding moonroof, so that's going to be an extra charge on there. That's $870. It opens, it closes, does all kinds of great things. I like the fact that they went with the black trim through here as well. Again, I think those body lines are similar to last year. So when you stand and look at it from the side, it doesn't look all that different. But trust me, from the front and the rear, it's an all-new rear bumper fascia as well here. And as I mentioned, this one has the black package. So black, black, and black on the SE. Also all-wheel drive, and the HEV is in black too, and that's all part of that $89 emblem package. This rear spoiler on the SE edition is here, a little bit lower profile than you'd see in the previous years. Third brake light's going to be LED. We've got rear window defrost as standard, and then a color to match shark fin antenna. Actually, that would probably look pretty nice if it was blacked out. I think that would be cool. Just my personal preference. The rear bumper cover is all different, so a lot of different lines through here. You can see the tail lights are really sleek. They match what we saw up front in terms of the style with LED backup lights. This is still a halogen bulb, looks like there on your turn signal. And then down on the lower fascia, again, ABS plastic, dual chrome exhaust tips coming out here on the driver's side. So it's not a dual exhaust. In fact, this one right here is a faux exhaust. The real exhaust is right here, and that's why you'll see this will be black in here, and this is just kind of silver. Reflectors here, and then they kind of went with that rear air dam, kind of looking for that F1 look that they did on the Corolla last year. And then we do have a backup camera. That's going to be right up under here, and just a real sleek look to that. I like the style of it. I do. I like what they've done on the exterior as far as the rear changes, and also up on the hood. And then of course for 2025 they went with one power plant, so this is your all-wheel drive hybrid. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and take a look at that. For 2025, the Camry is now available with just one power plant. So gone is the 3.5 liter gasoline engine, and the only power plant now is the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder gasoline engine with the hybrid setup on here. This is the 5th generation hybrid system, and it's proven to be a really great system. So let's talk about the gas side of it. It's a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder gasoline engine, 16 valves, connected to a CVT automatic transmission. The warranty on the engine and the transmission is going to come in at a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty. Of course, you get Toyota Care, so that's going to cover your first 2 years, 25,000 miles of basic maintenance. So oil changes, fluid top-offs, tire rotations, and 2 years, 25,000 miles roadside assistance is included with every Toyota. Over on this side of the engine compartment, this is where we find our hybrid hardware, if you will. So this is an all-wheel drive, so it's going to have electric motor up front, and also electric motors to power the rear wheels as part of the all-wheel drive system. Combined power between these, it's a nice big bump. It's over 20 horsepower more than its predecessor, and I gotta say the 5th generation hybrid is also more responsive. So it's 232 combined horsepower. Again, over 20 more horsepower than the predecessor. And then fuel economy is an unbelievable 47 miles per gallon combined city and highway fuel economy. Really great fuel economy. That's like Prius fuel economy out of a mid-size sedan. Let's talk about the warranty on the hybrid system. So the mechanical part of it, the motors, the wiring, the computers that run the hybrid system, all are covered under a, what is it, a 10-year, a 10-year 100, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting what it is. Bear with me. An 8-year 100,000 mile mechanical warranty on the hybrid system. And then please forgive me, the hybrid battery has its own warranty, and that, believe it or not, is a 10-year 150,000 mile battery warranty. No deductible on any of the warranties on the Toyota products. So if you do have a warranty issue, it's not going to cost you a dime to get it taken care of. The vehicle itself has Toyota's 3-year 36,000 mile limited warranty, designed to cover manufacturer defects for up to 3 years, 36,000 miles. So for example, let's say you had a power window have a problem. That's going to be covered under that. It does not cover misuse or abuse. or damage caused by an accident. So let's go ahead and jump inside and we'll check out the interior. I've always thought that the SE Camry is the sweet spot on the Camry lineup. It is the entry level in the Sport Edition. Of course, they make the XSE, but the level of equipment on the SE really hits all the sweet spots. And this one's been upgraded with a couple nice features that are, I'll point out as we go through. But for 2025, the interior's a big difference, a pretty big change. They redesigned the door panel, and now they're using this fabric here on the door with a kind of a nice pattern to it. And then they're going kind of with a grayish satin door handle with the trim here, where last year it was all silver there. Of course, power door locks, power windows, power mirrors, one touch up and down, and all the lights are backlit. And just like its predecessor, there's some bottle holders in the door, a speaker there, and a reflector down here on the lower part of the door. So similar to last year in terms of the door panel, but the design's been changed a little bit. The seats on the 2025 are a lot different than the predecessor. So Softech fabric seats. These are a black Softech with white highlights and white contrast stitching down all the way around it here. I think it looks really awesome. The headrests have been redesigned, so they're much sleeker, much slimmer. And when you're in the back seat later, we'll see we actually have better visibility. But really comfortable. This is kind of a fabric with the Softech fabric through here, and then the white racing stripes. The driver's seat is full power with a full power lumbar support and power recliner on there as well. And then new for 2025, the SE does have the aluminum brake and accelerator pedals down there. I think that's a pretty nice touch. Hood release is going to be right there. Some switches up here. We've got automatic, so the standard automatic high beams, traction control on and off, dimmer switch for the dash light, trunk release, and your gas door release is going to be right here. The upper dash has been redesigned as well, adding some fabric here on the dash. Actually, nice upscale feel to that. All the vents have been redesigned, so this is no longer silver, it's more of a grayish. And then they've added some gloss black around here on your vents. So there's 4 vents across the dashboard. We'll see the other ones when we jump in there. Standard tilt telescoping steering wheel with device control on there, in and out, up and down. We'll see a lot of differences once we jump in and take a look. Let's grab a seat here. So it is a complete redesign on the interior, and I want to focus on the driver's side here. This is an all-new steering wheel. This one has been updated with the cold weather package. So for $500, you get a heated steering wheel and heated front seats. Definitely want to consider that if you live here in Wisconsin. It's leather, and then you can see it has that white stitching similar to what we saw on the seats. So this is an all-new steering wheel design, and I think it comes really right out of the, very similar to what you'll find in a Grand Highlander. So cruise control switches are all on this side, a couple radio station controls here, of course a driver's side airbag, the new Toyota logo. It's more of a flat logo. It doesn't have as much of a curve to it, so just a subtle change. And then we have controls over here for our Bluetooth connectivity for our smartphone. The information center, multi-information center, is going to be up here. We'll see that in just a minute. That's all new for 2025. And your voice activation, and then the volume to change the radio here. So it's an all-new steering wheel. It has all the same controls as last year, just laid out differently, and I think it's a little more compact. Also, the SE edition does come with paddle shifters, so your up shift is going to be there, and then the down shift is going to be over here. Gives you that sporty control and feel to it. Headlight controls are here. We do have auto on and off, and as I mentioned earlier, also auto high beam standard. And then your wiper controls are over here with intermittent settings for the front wiper. There's no rear wiper washer on here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gauge cluster. It looks black right now, and that's because it is a computer screen as opposed to a mechanical screen. And this one has been updated with the smart keyless entry system for your front doors. And so we're going to go ahead and get some push button start. So your push button starts right here. Put your foot on the brake, hold in the button and it will start up. Now, if you looked at the 2024 model, you're going to see a big difference right here in the gauge cluster. So this is a full instrument cluster that is digital, and a lot of interesting things there. There's no mechanical needles anymore. So you've got your temperature over here, you've got your speedometer, your power monitoring system right there in the middle, because this is a hybrid. We also have a clock, you've got outside temperature, and then your fuel gauge is over here. And then for switching and toggling through your information, just going to close that down there a little bit. You use these controls right here on the steering wheel, and that's going to allow you to toggle through all of your settings, your fuel economy, any of those types of things can be changed right up in there. I like this cluster. It looks really nice. Definitely an upscale feel, and a big difference between the 24 and the 25 on that. Let's take a look over at our center stack. This one's been upgraded with the larger 12.3-inch system. Now, this is an all-new system, completely designed and engineered by Toyota. That's going to be, I believe it's a $785 upgrade to go with the larger screen. So that's not standard, but man, it looks awesome. Notice how clean it is, too. There's no switches, buttons, other than your volume and your on and off switch. It's going to be right here. So I like that. This one is sold, so I don't want to monkey around with the settings. I want to leave that for the first owners. But I did want to show you a couple of things, especially relating to the sound system. So you have AM, FM, also Sirius satellite radio, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Alexa compatible. You do get 3 months of the Platinum Sirius subscription. And then, of course, the backup camera is going to display on there, too. So let's go ahead and change that. And now it's a much nicer backup screen. And notice on the SE edition, you have path projection as well as the ability to change your perspective in the back or get rid of those lines altogether. So some nice options there. It doesn't take up the whole screen. It just takes up the kind of the center of the screen. So that's a little bit different than we see on some of the other Toyotas. But it's definitely a nice big screen. And it's lower profile, so it's really low to the dashboard. So when you're driving, it really doesn't obstruct your view out the window. In fact, there's a really great forward-facing view on here. Going down the center stack is where we find our heating and air conditioning controls. Go ahead and turn that off. So we have automatic temperature control for front driver, front passenger. Turn that up a little bit. Because this is upgraded with the cold weather package, you've got heated seats up front with 3 different temperatures: driver, front passenger. You can sync it up so that they're both at the same temperature. So if for some reason you've got them separate, you can hit the sync button and it'll bring them together. Front window defrost, rear window defrost, and heated outside mirror controls are going to be right there. I like these toggle switches versus like a virtual switch. I think these are just more tactile and easier to operate. Then as we head further down, we've got a couple of vents down here. I said there's 4, so 2, 3, and number 4 is going to be over there. I like the way this is all integrated, and it looks like one piece up front. So they did a nice job on that. In my opinion, that's kind of a gloss black. Of course, you have a passenger side airbag up there as well. Now, as far as wireless charging and capabilities, they really hit all the spots on this. So you've got a USB-A, 2 USB-Cs down there. Hopefully you can see those. Wireless charging right here. You just drop your phone on there. Nice little storage compartment for your wallet or your pocketbook or what have you. And then 2 cup holders in the middle there. Here's your keyless entry. The shifter on here is leather wrapped. I mentioned before, this is a CVT automatic transmission. He used a little bit of that bronze here. Look how the dashboard kind of swoops over and really separates the drivers and the passengers compartment. So it definitely comes out and sinks in a little bit more on this side. Kind of an interesting effect. And then down here we've got some additional switches for Eco, Normal, and Sport. Parking brake hold, EV mode, just to be clear on that, EV mode is for very slow driving. So if you're pulling into a parking ramp, or let's say you're listening to a podcast and you pull into your garage, you want to shut the car off, you hit EV mode, and that'll prevent the gas engine from starting. Here's your parking brake. And then your center armrest is huge. I mean, it really is a nice long armrest. It's wide, plenty of room for 2 elbows. When I pop that open, check out how much space is in here. Really nice large storage area. And then right here, there's a 12-volt outlet. So up front, just in the front, there's 5 different places to plug in your gadgets. Take a quick look at your passenger seat. Overhead, we've got a passenger assist handle. We've got lighted vanity mirrors on both sides. We also have visor extensions, both sides. Side curtain airbag going to be right up there. This one's been upgraded with the power sliding moonroof, so that's going to be an extra charge. I'll open that up. You can see it does have privacy glass on. It also tilts up, and you can also, I think you can put it all the way back. Let's go ahead and open it. And so it slides completely open, lets the air flow right in. It's pretty nice. Over on the passenger side, we also have bottle holders down here in the doors. And then we have a nice sized glove box. It's probably the same size as last year. It's not a locking glove box though, so it's not a secure place to stow your stuff. And then overhead, let's see, we've got some map lights. We've got our safety connect right here. And then this one's upgraded with the convenience package. So this is an automatic dimming rear view mirror. And if you look underneath here real close, there's also 3 buttons for your garage door, for your HomeLink garage door system. There's also some speakers up there in the dash as well. Sound system's pretty nice in this car. Get by the dealership and give it a listen, decide for yourself. There is an upgrade for the JBL audio system, but try this one out first and then decide. Let's jump in the back seat. Here's a quick look up front from the back seat. And you can see there's a lot of room up there. I love the sunroof up on top. I think that helps a lot to bring in that extra light. The back seats do have pockets on the backs of both seats. Kind of a nice surprise. There's vents down here, and then way down on the floor down here, there's 2 USB-C charging ports. I personally don't like the positioning of those. They're so far down. They are backlit, but I would have liked to see them maybe up a little bit higher so you have more cord and you don't need a cord extension. Check out the legroom though in the back of the Camry. So this seat is actually all the way back right now. Not reclined, but slid all the way back. And I still have a good 4 to maybe 5 inches of knee room. That's one area that I think they hit really well on the Camry, the legroom in the back seat. And then you can see that the seats are similar to what we saw up front with the soft tech and the white racing stripe, the white contrast stitching. There's a passenger assist hook or handle and a clothes hook back here, a coat hook. We've got some overhead lighting up on top, LEDs of course. And then the back seat does have the fold down armrest with the dual cup holders. And if you need 3 passengers back here, you can certainly get them. It does have 3 seat belts in the back. It also has the child seat anchors. These seats, the headrests are not adjustable, they're fixed position. But the seats do fold down when we get it in the trunk. I'll show you what I mean by that. One big plus that I will say is the headrest. So the headrest last year was much chunkier, and you really didn't have great view from the back, but notice how they tapered it toward the top. And so I would say for a backseat passenger, the backseat visibility is much better than it was on the 2024 version. So a little difference goes a long ways. Let's take a look at the trunk. The trunk on the Camry is largely unchanged. I will say the nice thing about the deck lid is notice how when it comes up, it kind of folds away from the trunk, so you're less likely to hit your head on it when you go to get in the trunk. The deck lid is also insulated, and there's an emergency release handle, glow in the dark there, so if somebody does get stuck in the trunk, they can find their way out. Always a nice big opening on the Camry. Like I say, it's the same probably as it was in 2024. This is an all-wheel drive hybrid, but one of the things I like about it is it still has a temporary full-size spare, so no fix-a-flat. There's still room underneath there for that, so I kind of like that. It is for temporary use, but at least it's a full-size temporary use. It's not a fix-a-flat. And then we have our jack and our toolkit, and then just some little carved out little storage compartments. There's a place back here you can get a cargo net, hang a cargo net back there. The tire cover is designed to hook up here to get it out of your way. And then the floor of the Camry, I think it's pretty darn flat, low. And then of course you do have the fold down rear seats, so you can fold down 40 or 60 or 100%. And then overhead there's a light up here as well, cargo light. Now if we could look over on this side here, this is where our battery is. So one of the great things about the Toyota hybrids is they put the battery back here, so you can literally jump. If you need to jump start, you can jump start from the front or the back of the car. And I kind of like that, because sometimes if you pull into a parking space or into your garage, the front of your car is nuzzled up against the front of the garage, and so if you did need to jump start it, it makes it difficult. Here you can just pop the lid and jump start it, and away you go. But overall, a nice big trunk on there. Camry's always been known for having a nice big trunk, and this is a remote release on the trunk. There's a push button there. Here's your license plate lights, and there's actually a place to be able to put a physical key if you needed to do that as well. So they really got you covered on the trunk side. Shouldn't get locked in or out of that trunk. So that's a quick overview, first look at our 2025 redesigned Toyota Camry. Boy, did they make some sweet improvements on this one. This one is sold. It's a all-wheel drive SE with some really great extras on it. If you have any questions or comments or concerns about it, be sure and let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. And then go ahead and hit that like and share button. You know how to do that. And then catch you to the next video. Don't know what that one's going to be yet, but man, is this a gorgeous car? Let me know in the comments if you like it. This is Tony here at Smart Toyota. Thanks for watching.